What's up, guys? Welcome back to Chelsea Explained. And whilst I'm out traveling, we got some breaking stories coming out of the blue, and I had to record immediately. And that is that Chelsea apparently is really close to signing the Wolves winger PEDRO NETO. And of course, that is positive news. And I'm going to give you my takes around it. I got some both positive and less positive takes, of course. We're gonna mainly focus on this in this video because it's difficult to film when I'm away, of course. But Fabrizio Romano and Fabrice Hawkins are coming with the latest stories, and we're gonna go through it. And of course, we desperately need to upgrade our winger position, especially on the left hand side, because Mudrik's confidence is completely shattered. Looks like he needs a loan move. We can't have him stick around this season. He needs to go on a loan and develop. Sterling is his usual self. I try to be very optimistic around him and think that he has a brilliant chance to rejuvenate his career under Enzo Maresca. But he's still showing his inconsistency, and we definitely need a new winger if we want to be ambitious and serious. But if we want to continue to be as ambitious as we can, we need to also strengthen with an elite striker like every other top team has. And we need to stop this scattergun approach where we're buying every single youngster and stockpiling on them. But we can discuss that further in another video. We're gonna solely focus on PEDRO NETO. So before we continue any further, as usual in this video, if you're happy that we're going to secure Pedro, let me know in the comments down below, and like this video, and make sure you subscribe to my page so you never miss when the content drops, because we continue to going towards our 500 subscriber target. Got my computer in front of me and one football, and it's reported that Fabrice Hawkins from RMC Sport has dropped the Friday bombshell on us all. He claims that Chelsea have an agreement in principle with the Wolves for the transfer of PEDRO NETO. I don't know if you can see it, but it's coming up here on One Football. Exclusive: PEDRO NETO is set to sign at Chelsea. Talks at final stage between Chelsea and Wolves. The player wants to join. Agreement in principle. Okay, Neto to Chelsea. Here we go. Those magical words has been mentioned. Wolves will accept a bid worth 60 million euro, which is around 55 million euros. And in the deal, it will be included a 3 million add-on. Almost matches initial price tag. Neto's agent, Jorge Mendes, has agreed on personal terms with Chelsea. Medical test is booked for Pedro at CFC, with Wolves keen on Ajax Carlos Forbes. So for me, this is a great move. It is an ambitious move. We desperately need to strengthen the left wing spot. And what's so good about PEDRO NETO is he can play both as a right and left winger. And if you want him to play in the half spaces or as a false nine, he can fill those positions too if desperately needed. But I assume he's going to operate on the left wing spot. Now, he is left-footed. But what is so great about Pedro is that he can literally use both his feet like a Dembele and Neymar. He's a skillful, a flary winger that can take on players 1 versus 1. He has an excellent first touch, ball control, technique. We've shown that he is really promising winger in Premier League. And when we have faced Wolves, he's always putting up a good performance and scoring or assisting against us through these years when he has been in Premier League. So it is a good signing. The only downside I have here is his injury record. Will he manage to stay fit? Because he has trouble with it, like many of our other players have in this team. But we will see what's going to happen there. Now, I don't know if this story is solely believed. There will come out further updates. But it looks like it was Egbali who was in the driving seat and requested this move. And PEDRO NETO has apparently been promised first team football. Also been told no sporting director was involved. just Igbale and Jorge who led negotiations. I don't know if this is solely true. Is someone saying it on Twitter? So we see if we're gonna get some more news and updates around it, what really went down and who initiated this move. Now, what do I think about it? Personally, I always think sporting directors and scouts should find the players, and then they should have a full agreement with the coach. If the manager accepts the player, then you should buy him. I always think a manager should, in most cases, have a final say. See how this is going to turn out. Is PEDRO NETO going to deliver for us? I like to think that. If he does, then I will of course be honest and praise Begdad Bali for initiating this move. But if it's going to flop and it will be, and Enzo Maresca is not going to happy with his signing, well, it continues as it mostly continues here at Chelsea. But PEDRO NETO, a great flary winger that can take on players. He can create for his teammate. He's good at progressing the ball up the field. But my doubts lay around that he has an injury history. He's not contributing so much when it comes to scoring goals. He hasn't the best finishing. And when it comes to defending and pressing from the front, we see how Enzo will utilize him there. But we desperately needed to upgrade on the left wing spot because Mudryk needs a loan move. I mean, the guy, he's not himself in the moment. Sterling is frustrating, inconsistent. As I said, I have been optimistic around Sterling, but I believe this should be his final year to rejuvenate his career and show what it's all about. Because if he's going to be inconsistent yet again, we have to cash in on him next summer or even in January and replace him with someone else. We were also, for a short period of time, perhaps linked with Juventus winger Federico Chiesa. That's someone I would like to have bring in too because he's very cheap. He is pretty reliable. He has excellent work rate, good attitude, has experience in Serie A, Champions League, in Euros. He's a winner, has fantastic determination, and really works hard for his team. And because he's that cheap, I feel there won't be any risk in purchasing him. So Chiesa is someone I would have preferred going for. Of course, Nico Williams would have been a dream too. Summerville was an exciting youngster that had an incredible season, at least in Championship, but we yet to see what he can do in Premier League, so that could have been a risky move. But PEDRO NETO, I think we should be happy with it in the moment, and we can only wait and see how it's, of course, going to turn out. So I'm happy with this, and I think it's an ambitious move, finally. But my doubts lay also around, did Enzo Maresca really wanted this type of winger? If not, then what's the point of being a manager? But if he requested this, if he wants this type of profile when it comes to a left winger or right winger, then I'm all for it. Let me know, of course, your thoughts in the comments down below, and I happily read it. And the only thing we're missing now, the final piece in the puzzle for me, is to go and sign a proper striker. And for that, for me, it should be Victor Osimhen, but it's tricky there. I have a little feeling Lukaku is going to stay somehow, because that Osimhen deal is really complicated, and it came out stories that he's happy to stay at Napoli too. So this is all around the transfer stories. I wanted to solely focus on PEDRO NETO here and give you my thoughts and around it. And we're going to talk about other players in upcoming videos in the coming days. So stay tuned for that. And I thank you so much for watching. And I'm out, guys. Peace.